For self-proclaimed super tasters and picky eaters, that is not an excuse not to learn how to cook. I'm saying that right now as I want to walk you through my journey. I want to walk you through my journey. From when I started working, what I brought to work to eat for lunch was microwaved chicken tenders, frozen chicken tenders, and fish sticks.
Hello everyone. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day so far. Today is Sunday chill day where we go over the week, plan for next week, and just hang out and have a good time. Today we actually got into some Power Wash Simulator as well. First time trying that, and it was a very good time. Something I'm definitely going to do more in the future. So sit back, relax, get some drinks and some snacks, and I'll see y'all in a second. Hello everyone. How are y'all doing today? Hopefully well. Having a wonderful Sunday so far? Hey Silly, hey Dark, hey Psy Dude, how y'all doing? I'm sorry you got hit with a long ad as soon as you got in, my guy. Pretty good. I didn't get as much done yesterday as I would have liked, but I did update all of Mama Dodo's costume stuff. So, you might be seeing some new redeems on y'all's end. I rest from ibuprofen-filled grave. No, Floofy! You got a headache, my guy? What's up? Did you go to the grocery store and someone sneeze on you? Just drawing online? Hell yeah! What you drawing? Or can you not talk about it? A super secret commission from the President of the United States of America. Yes. And there should be a blanket redeem too, by the way. Mario. Oh, that's cool. That's fun. Yep, the blanket continues to expand. That's been updated. I added all the new costumes that weren't on there before. And then I went through all of the ones that y'all voted for as far as ones you want to keep. And I'll be making a Dodo vault for all of the old costumes that didn't make the cut, but you'll be able to see. As well as a new redeem that will pull a costume from the Dodo vault for a month. It's a community page? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll check it out. Just some bad bruise pain since I donated blood yesterday. Hell yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah, I saw you talking about that in the Discord. Yeah, I've had similar issues with that in the past. It sucks. It really sucks. Yeah. Sorry, my guy. And especially after like donating blood and everything too. There was a really weird reason I donated blood when I was younger, where I donated blood because I got lightheaded and I had a thing for needles whenever I donated blood. So my mentality was, I need to get used to losing blood in case in emergency situation, if I'm bleeding out, I don't pass out. So I donated blood to try to like build resistance of my body overreacting to me losing blood, if that made any sense. It was like a survival thing. It made no sense. but to me it did. Hey Star Beast, how you doing? The donating blood part on the surviving 3 needles. You love needles and donating blood? Wait, you love needles? That's a take. There's a difference between like not. Hey. Oh, why didn't it go through? Hold up. Let me. I'll change it for you. Ready? Why didn't it go through? Did I mess up somewhere? Let's see. Let's see here. We look at Chill Mama Dodo. It should have done it. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope. Aha! I didn't link the thing to it. Why? Why isn't it working? There's a mouthwash. Why isn't it working? Man, I suck. Idealist, you had one job. You were like, man, it's 2:30 in the morning. Good thing I did this. There you go. That's also fixed. Now I'm going through all of them. Now I'm going through every single one of these mothers. Like, did I get all of it? Got duck. That's fine. Ink was fine. Mechanic, mouthwash, original. Slime check. Random check. Okay, all of them now should be good. All of them now should be good. Feel free to keep on doing redeems, though, to catch me on my lies. As a kid, I donated to skip classes. That's so smart. I actually had a job that they brought the blood drive on, like, on site, and if you donated blood, you got 4 hours of PTO, which was one of my favorite things. Where it's like, I donate blood twice and I get a full day off. Yeah, sign me the hell up. Like, are you kidding me? The dull and aching pain followed by the cool fluid flowing. Interesting, Floofy. Interesting. Flesh still hangs free. Listen, you can only do so much for bacterial resistance, okay? Life is really, really sticky. Play ITR? What's ITR? That you were on your side. Why did you change the costume? Dino blanket. And also, Dark, it will give you some peace of mind that the infected Dodo did not make the cut. No one voted for the infected Dodo. So the infected Dodo is indeed in the Dodo vault. So we'll have to find a new challenger for the Duck Dodo Armada. Stalker VR. Interesting. I have not played it. I've always wanted to do some VR. There's some, especially VR horror is so cool. Yeah. But let's see, what if there was a VR game, what would I play? I know Subnautica would be pretty fun. Please don't challenge the Dodo blanket, challenge Dojidget or something. What's wrong with Dojidget? Besides the fact that it's so cursed. It's such a cursed. I mean, honestly, my new one, the new mechanic Mama Dodo, it's up there for cursed. It's up there. As soon as I finished drawing it, I was like, this is kind of cursed. Is with the VR horror. It gives you nightmares. Yeah. Just to like the lowest for me. Gotcha. Listen, Dark saves their points for duck costume. Well, that's the thing. It's still, you know what would be good? The VR, like the FNAF VR game that has like all the FNAF games in VR. You know what I'm talking about? That would be pretty fun. Funny, but not my favorite compared to other costumes. Understandable. It was a costume for a specific game. Help wanted? Yeah. That would have been pretty good. Maybe I'll do like a what do they call it? You know how streamers have like wish lists or goals or shit or something like that, where it's like if you donate a certain amount, it will go towards like a VR headset. Maybe I could do something like that or something. I don't know. I'll think about it. I just don't have the room. I live in a kind of a tiny apartment. You know? And because I live in like a place that's like, I don't really have a whole lot of space to like start swinging. I have enough emotes for the rest of the points will be spent on making sure you remain duck. I think that's I think for you, that would be the biggest complaint of us stopping or temporarily putting a hiatus on game dev, which I miss so much, guys. I miss doing game dev with y'all. I've been itching to do it, and I was just like, I can't. If we pull those back up, then like I'm never gonna get any of these projects done. But like, because the Dodo was the duck, Mama Dodo is game dev Mama Dodo. This is the game dev fit. This is what peak game dev looks like. You can hate it if you want. I thought I had a quack sound redeem at one point. You shall remain duck for as long as I'm here. That's funny. You're missing the thigh highs? What? What are you talking about? The thigh highs? When did Mama Dodo have thigh highs? Quack Infinite. That's funny. All game devs have thigh highs. Oh, right. I thought it was just IT. I thought it was just IT department. Everyone has thigh highs. As a scarf because her legs aren't that long. It's like a bodysuit. She just wraps around her whole body up to her neck. It's just, she just likes to, it just gives the feeling of being held. It's like a little snuggie, but it's a thigh high. If you did have a quack command, I expect it to be less quacking to destroy headphones. Or mass quacking. Got you. If it was just quack, just a single quack, I could see it being a command. If it's a mass quack, like quack army or something, then that would probably be a routine. But Mama Dodo the song because she kept trying to eat Thanksgiving turkey. She tried to save the turkey. She was like, no, no. I mean, yeah. The joke isn't the joke, all people in IT are... Wait, is everyone in IT, is it supposed to be femboys or furries? Or is it both? Are we flipping? Are we getting our things crossed? Both? Okay. I didn't realize it. Like, how much of that Venn diagram crosses over in the middle for femboys and furries? Is it a lot? Is there a lot? I don't know, man. I'm not in IT. I don't know. Excuse me. My apologies. But yeah, no. Today, we will be going over our week. What are we talking about? I'm slow. You're fine. There is a stereotype within the IT department that everyone in the IT department are furries, and also there is a stereotype for the same thing for femboys. So we're making the joke of thigh highs for game developers because they tend to be, because the stereotype is that they all are femboys, and femboys wear thigh highs. Now that you're all caught up. Now, whether or not they're true, it's true, probably not. But there does seem to be I've heard a lot more of the furry one than I've had about the femboy one. Reinforcing stereotypes? Cancel. You know, it's true. It's true. I barely got it off the ground, but here we are. There's only one thing I can do. It's time to buy myself some thigh highs. In reparations. Meow. Meow. We have so much on this blanket now. Oh, man. But yeah, no. Today we're gonna vibe. We're gonna go over what we did last week. We're gonna go over the polls that I set up for y'all. Thank you for voting. I think there's a little more time for the second poll if you haven't voted. For those that have no idea what I'm talking about, in Discord, I have put up 2 polls up regarding like stream days, because I had started noticing that Fridays tend to be a lot lighter compared to other days, like to the point where I would look at the analytics and the analytics I would be like, oh, it's a little low today, and I'm like, oh, right, it's Friday, it don't matter, that's normal. As soon as I started thinking that way, I was like, oh, maybe we should switch to a different day. Ratty versus Dark. Will we be duck or chill today? So I put out a poll for y'all as far as which day we would want to switch it to from Friday. And then I also noticed that it was like, oh, okay, a particular day is winning. So let's ask the same question for Tuesday. So the poll that is still being up right now is, what if we moved Tuesday stream to a different day, what day would we move it to? Right. That wasn't already being streamed, of course. Get a quesadilla then, Psy dude. Go for it. Oh, you know what? Let me move y'all. Let me move y'all real quick. Where are you, chat? I have way too much shit going on. There we go. There we go. A little further down. She'll never be chill giver. I shall make you a chill duck. Well, maybe I should have some of them overlap at one point. It would be really hard on this, but if I get the VTuber stuff in, where it's just more assets that you put on top of the model, it is much more likely able to do that. And then the chill will just be a blanket. You're gonna draw a tiny Mama Dodo, because why not? Go for it. Go for it. I actually played a little bit of what was it called? It was a game, The Long Drive. I actually played it with Cute Boy and Melon last night. I wasn't streaming, so but Cute Boy, he put Mama Dodo on the hook. It's like a driving multiplayer kind of. It was a ridiculously fun time. We'll definitely be playing it again. And he had me on the roof of the car. Like, as far as like a PNG of Mama Dodo just on the hood of a car. It was really cute and fun. I would try to go against the duck suit, but I can't redeem. Why can't you redeem? Do you just not have the points for it? But yeah, no. So we'll be going over the results of the poll, and then after that, we're just gonna kind of see where the day takes us. We're gonna, either play a game. How's the tabs go going? Well, we are 5 subs. The goal is 10, and we're at 5 subs in. So we'll see. I have over 7k points. It's just fast as a messenger. Got you. So it's not exchangeable currency. I follow you. I follow you. All right. So last week we did Inscription. Then we did Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop, and I love that game. We might play it today. Like, we actually might. It's such a fun game. So before we go into next week, overall, one thing I will mention as far as last week. So there was, we're halfway there, boys, keep pushing. Gift subs also go towards the goal, by the way. Just saying. But I was still having issues on the YouTube side of stuff, where I don't want to badmouth YouTube, especially in a public space, but essentially they told me to go fuck myself as far as the issues that I was having, to the point where I'll just be accurate in the sense that after trying to get YouTube help or like support, they told me they essentially like weren't listening to the concerns that I was having, borderline gaslighting, and then not 3 hours after the second back and forth was my verification taken away from that account, and then my advanced features were also taken away. Just randomly. It could be a coincidence. It could have been a coincidence, someone could hit a wrong button, but it feels not. But, so I started posting my shorts on a new channel, and it's infinitely better. So, yeah, pretty much. Essentially, okay, so I'll go a little bit into a little more detail. So I've essentially been having a problem with short form content in my VODs fighting for the same spot for whatever reason. It started happening in like November, and where it's like if I post VODs and then shorts, my VODs would stop the push of shorts for whatever reason, like hard. So it would be taking off, doing a really good job, and then I would post a VOD because it's a VOD channel, and then it's just like, oh, nope, no longer pushing it. We're good. So I was like, okay, well, I'll start doing shorts on my main channel then. It's been a hot minute. Emote shaming? Oh, the fact that I don't have emotes, is that what you're saying? Which reminds me, I do have a list of emotes that I would, going to be making. And overall, I think we only have like 21 spots for emotes, I believe. Is there emotes specifically that y'all want to see? Because I have like heart, evil laugh, wave, hype, lurk. I have like those. I have like a raid emote. I have like those listed. But is there a specific one you want to see? That like you really want it to be in there? Because I'm putting the list together. Back to the drawing minds. you have the drawing pin like locked away in a safe. You're like, my god, it's time. Aggressive screaming. I have rage. I have rage listed. On there. I also added Pegbert as an emote because I feel like that deserves an emote. We need a pogging Mama Dodo. All right. Pogging Mama Dodo chat recommended. All right, so pogging. And remember, we're only gonna have 21 slots. We get more slots, the more subs we get in a month. That's how Twitch works. Like, I think we got the 10 in a month. We already got one, which is why we even have as much as we have. But in order to get the next one, we need like 20, and then 30, and then 40, and then 50, and then 60, etc., 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 etc. So, like, if we want more emotes, we have to have more subs, unfortunately. So what will end up probably happening is that it would be very similar to Mama Dodo's costumes. That like we'll like vote, where I'll see which ones were being used, which ones aren't being used, and then we'll be constantly replacing the ones that are being least used, and then kind of like doing similar where we have a Dodo vault of old like animate like different kinds of emotes and costumes and stuff like that put away temporarily, and then maybe a redeem to bring some back temporarily, right? But anyway, so I started putting shorts on the new channel, and it's infinitely better. So I will be posting on the YouTube Discord for the new channel, as well as notifying y'all in the YouTube as far as like, hey, I won't be doing shorts on the VOD channel anymore. Go to this channel instead for shorts. And I'm essentially going to, because for those that don't know about YouTube, you can only verify your account via your phone number 2 accounts per year. And for me, that's coming up in a few months. So at the moment, I can't verify the short account, but I will in a few months. And then I'll be verifying that account, making a brand new main account that will be all like the project-based stuff, where it's just the Idealist lore, the channel, instead of like live streaming stuff. I want you to give into Brainwright short form content. They pretty much were telling me to like, we don't want your account here anymore. That's the vibe that I got. But you know, it's difficult to interpret. I certainly don't want to start, you know, talking shit, but what I will say is my experience with it, in that they were not listening to feedback. My account advanced features got removed randomly, and in the 2 weeks that I was posting shorts on my main channel, it got reached out to 14 people. 8 shorts, 14 people. Not watched, by the way. I don't mean views. I mean reached, as in put out there in front of 14 people in 2 weeks. And of that 14, 11 people watched. So it was getting signals that people were wanting to watch it, but it just wasn't pushing it. And then I put this a new short in a new channel, and it reached 1.4 thousand, so 1,400 people in one day, which is what the usual amount is. So, and they said everything was working fine on their end. So I was like, okay, so if this is what you want to happen, I don't want to be moving forward with this anymore. So, we're gonna be moving everything to that new short account. That account is just going to be short form content, and only short form content. When I can get that channel verified, then I will be able to do my own custom thumbnails. So then I'll move over the clips into that channel. But for now, the main account is just going to be a clips channel until I can get that verified. Because YouTube Shorts is like rolling weighted dice, made you give like a 1 in 90%. It's shorts are, like, when everything's working as it should, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty decent. Like, it's pretty predictable. You sometimes just have to get lucky a lot of the times, though, as far as just like what pops off, what doesn't. So we'll see. Well, I correct a bit to him. It's always more correct to find the hand that feeds you. I wouldn't go that far, but so. The main channel will be up for now, but the plan is to delete that after we make sure that we've removed all the videos from it that I don't already have on hand, and I verify all the rest and move everything off of it. I will be deleting that main channel and making a new main channel. So in the end, we'll have a brand new main channel, a short/clip channel, and then a VOD channel that are all verified and good to go. But that won't be implemented until like March. So that was this week. This week, essentially, of everything that I've been doing, that was probably the most frustrating. That one was not a good time. So, but with now knowing that this new one, and I just have shorts and we're good to go with that, that should be a lot less of a headache. And everything should be good. And also, I have to keep in mind as far as the TikTok ban that may or may not happen, but probably will happen, because I also have a decently sized TikTok audience that I'm gonna have to start to try to move people from there to my other social media accounts. So that's gonna be fun. The cat just starts hitting the robot providing food. But yeah, so also something to keep in mind. I believe we don't have to worry about it. I think it was the 19th. It's like the big day. So next Sunday I'll go into more detail on that aspect. Anything else? I wasn't able to update the icons on the redeems that I really wanted to do, unfortunately, but that is also something that I'm working on. And I am also planning on updating coffee and trying to make it a lot more appealing for people to utilize coffee on that side of stuff. And that's what I'm thinking as far as the Dodo Vault could also be tied to that. And maybe a special Discord server for that as well. So keep an eye out for that. I'm trying to think anything else. Banning TikTok is like a fairly big reach by the government social media. Look, I'm not gonna pretend like I know what's the big details and I'm an expert on the matter. From what I've been able to gather from my limited experience and knowledge on the topic at hand, is that they have a lot of good points to make as far as why to ban it, but it feels weird that they aren't doing that for every social media, because it feels like what they don't like about it, a lot of the social media other platforms are doing the same thing, and it feels weird that it's just like, this feels like a scapegoat kind of thing, where it's like, this guy's the problem, and then there's like 5 other wolves in sheep's clothing that are also like, yeah, get that guy out of here. So maybe they're gonna use that as like, when it comes to law, I know it's, you pretty much have to make an example of one person and then use that example to then use that against others. Right? So they have to be found guilty or not guilty to a particular reason, and then once a judge has been decided that that is the precedent, then other judges can then use that to give more weight to then do more changes. So maybe it's something like that. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not, I was gonna say, am I a businessman? If I own a business, technically, I don't classify myself as a businessman. Is that how it works? I have no idea. All I know is that TikTok, for the most part, what does well on YouTube goes well on TikTok. Instagram finally started loving me. But then Instagram's also now being weird as far as the whole AI thing. Because TikTok was originally Chinese, and there's been a lot of fear-mongering about China lately. I mean, didn't they also, like... I don't know. It felt like a bit of a reach. But, again, what do I know? I finished the Mighty Tiny Dono. Excellent. Posted the Discord. Go study government law. I really don't want to. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real. I would much rather just be intelligent in my voting decisions and less to do with governmental law. It's like one of those things where it's just like, it's so not up my strengths. It's definitely part of the weakness. It's similar to like learning history in school. History was always my weakest subject. It was always my weakest subject because I couldn't get over the mentality of like, this is probably not what happened. You know, history's written by the winners kind of deal, or what is allowed to be taught in school. So I was like, yeah, it's probably like most kind of the way there, but so like learning about it, I was just like, I don't want to learn. I don't want to be indoctrinated. But it's also really important to know your history because people who don't tend to repeat them, right? So, but anyway, I like history specifically for the occasional kinds they teach me about ancient civilizations. That stuff's pretty cool. But if it's like what happened this year between these people. Why write 2 pages about what happened? And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. For me, I'm much more like, I just want to focus and make things and create things, and the rest of the world is just going to keep spinning. My attention is not to that. It's more hyper focused on other things, right? Yeah. I chose geography over history in school because I like studying rocks. Hell yeah, Ratty. Hell yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Geography. Yeah, any science. I'll take any science over any history or governmental class. Yeah, geology is based. Geology is based as hell. Like, there's no way a wannabe paleontologist wasn't gonna love geology. Like, that's not how that was gonna work. There's no way I wasn't gonna also have like an interest in geology. I have a friend who fucking loves geology. They are a rock lover, and I cannot blame them, because you can just put down bullet points and get by. That's why you love science? Because testing is easier? That's fair. That's a good point. That's honestly fair. Yeah. I mean, I can't even say that's why I like about science, because I also liked ethics. I actually really liked my ethics classes, as far as like understanding why people do things, and I also really like psychology, which is also science but is a little more nuanced, right? And then biopsychology was such a cool class, where you learn the physical ramifications of psychological issues. Oh, forget about it. I was in the international schools and put me into Spanish for the majority of my life. I was somehow still absolutely garbage at it. Oh yeah, no, I was horrible at languages. No. Agreed. But I said the same teacher and he sounds like a weather reporter. Wait, the good kind or bad kind of weather reporter? When I was a kid, I was obsessed with books on human biology. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Sorry, when I think of people obsessed with books of human biology, I think of, what was it called? It was that horror movie, that Superman horror movie. Like, what if Superman was a sociopath or a psychopath or both? And like, it was like a kid who had like he had like a anatomy book, but never stops talking. Brightbird, yes, yeah. So he was just like, is that what humans are back or look like? And then he just starts like dissecting people, and he's like, hey, hi here, how you doing? Engineering is my favorite, primarily because you learn how the sausage is made and the machines used. Listen, engineering was one of those things that, as a scientist and biology focus, I really wanted to learn engineering so much. I wanted to learn both sides. I know the systems of biological machinery, but when it comes to like machinery, it's I just don't have the education to back it up. And it frustrated me a lot, because as a person who likes to make things, I like to know why things work. And you can kind of see it in my drawing too. When I try to draw machines, I don't know how it works. I don't know how the things move and do the other things. It's one of the reasons why I like Satisfactory, because it's borderline inspiration and a wealth of knowledge of how things move. Science gives you an appreciation for a natural world. Couldn't agree more. The world is beautiful and terrifying at the same place, and not mutually exclusive. Good stuff. But before we go on to what we're going to do next week, let's go over the poll results. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Discord. Gotta love social studies. I'm so mad the teacher I liked got switched to the one that actively made people cry. Yeah, the only reason I didn't do the third year of Latin is because the new teacher was crazy. We're talking about scientific history and different like studies that we learned in school, and then we're also going to be going over a poll specifically in the Discord about moving particular stream days around, because Fridays were a little bit light. But overall, we're talking about we're kind of like dipping in and out, right, as far as talking about things that need to be talked about, and then also just getting sidetracked. But the sidetrack seems to be the main track. Anyway, let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. Remember actively that confidently writing 2 + 3 = 8 in a test. Oh, so math is your strong suit. Gotcha. How many kids? Let me ask you this: how many kids got 9 + 10 wrong on tests after the meme came out? Let's do percentage base. How many how many kids do you think purposely put 21 because of the meme on a test after that meme came out? I would say roughly like 40%. Like actually 40%. And I think of that 40%, I think a good half of them really did think it was 21 because the internet told them it was 21. It's like, what do you mean? 9 plus 10 is 21. I heard it on the internet. Like, right? I was actually coherent with Matt. Yeah, that's what the thing is like for kids, before they actually learn math, they'll just be like, oh, I guess it is 21. I'll put that on the test whenever it's asked. And then they didn't like get it that it's a joke, right? Yeah, the rest of them were trolling. I think half of them would be trolling, and then the other half just really thought it was 21. But I really do think that teachers purposely avoided answers that are, or questions that were 9 plus 10 after that. Yeah, right, exactly. All right, so Discord, we voted. Exactly, silly, exactly. Let's see, can I zoom in? I can zoom in. So we made a thing. If we moved Friday stream to a different day, which day would you choose? Saturday won. I was seeing that Saturday was winning, so I was like, okay, that means our stream would be Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. Did we want to potentially move Tuesday to Monday so they were like back to back? So then I made another one, and I'm like, if we move the Tuesday stream, which would we choose? And then we want to keep it Tuesday. So our new schedule, starting next week, is going to be Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. So we're still having today. We're still going to do Tuesday, but we're moving this over here. So no more Friday streams, at least for now, right? So we will have like the whole weekend. I'll have y'all the whole weekend. And then Tuesday, reset day for many people. I always found that fascinating though, that games made Tuesday reset day. Like as far as like putting in like a new rotating schedule. And I've been a huge fan of it. Personally, hey Noma, how you doing? Personally, you have this whole at least take us to dinner first. Oh man, you wish. How you doing, Noma? Personally, if I was going to do a live service game, I would do Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays. Tuesdays is too crowded now. There's so many really good games that do Tuesday resets that you would have to compete for. Wednesday. Gotta do Wednesday. Plus, it gives you an extra day to prep. You know? So, anyway. So, our current schedule is now Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. And I'll probably release, like, the clip, like, maybe Friday or something like that. So, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be doing Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop. Boom, boom. Gosh, I'm seeing this empty day. I want to fill it. I want to fill it with another stream. I'm just like, because I miss seeing y'all 5 days a week. I do. All right, Ratty, see you in a bit. You shall overworked because it's funny. Yeah. I mean, the reason I'm giving myself so much time is so I can work on projects and get stuff done and catch up on stuff. But at the same time, that urge, do y'all get that too? Where it's like you see an empty space of your time, so you just want to immediately fill it with doing stuff. Binding of Isaac is a good game. It's a great game. It's a great game. Hold on, I'll tell you how many hours I have Binding Isaac right now. Binding of Isaac, the original Binding of Isaac, I have 100 hours in, and then Rebirth, I have 517 hours in. So I have 600 hours in Binding of Isaac, as of right now, not including the Switch version, which is what I usually play when I'm on the Switch when I'm traveling. So probably an extra like 50. So close to 650, 700 hours in Binding of Isaac. So I have more hours in Binding of Isaac than I do Satisfactory. Well, good. That's awesome, Noma. Binding of Isaac is just such a good game. It was an inspiration to us all. I got so obsessed with it in college that I actually wrote a horror short story about it in fiction writing class. It was bad. I shouldn't have done it. I completely changed my mind halfway through a paper, and I was like, I'm gonna make this Binding of Isaac, and I started over. And it was the first and only time I stayed up all night writing a paper. Excuse me. It was a bad call. Other people were worried about my sanity. I've been playing for 4 days, and I beat Mom's Heart 8 times, beat Greed Mode many times, and Higher Lives, beat Isaac. Awesome. Hell yeah, Nomo. At 10 in the morning for once? We need to read it yesterday. I mean, it wasn't about back then, Idealist didn't exist, right? Let's see. I did write a horror short story about the boogeyman. How a child was seeing this creature, this monster at night, but the parents didn't believe them, and then was abducted in the middle of the night. Or something like that. The only thing I remember is that I described the monster, that it had a lipless grin, and that resonated with people. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It really wasn't. My favorite short story in that class, though, was it was like a conversation between these two people. It seemed like a very normal kind of day, and then you end up realizing that they were two plants the whole time, and you're just like, duh! Like the head explodes, and you're just like, oh, I totally didn't know it. 2 p.m. yesterday? Cool. Got a question for everyone here. Was Eren Yeager justified? I didn't follow enough into the series to know, so I can't answer that. Supported him turning everyone into Titans. The creator of AOT is apparently a bad person, so I'm not saying anything. Oh, really? That's unfortunate. What'd they do? Damn it, why can't people just be decent people? I want to enjoy things. I want to be able to enjoy things that people make, but then it's just like... it's just like, oh yeah, no, they beat children, and you're just like, what the hell? What do you mean? Oh, that's unfortunate. Separate the art from an artist, and the artist is bad. Yes and no. Yes and no. One, it depends what they did. 2, it depends on how you support them. Want to watch me not talk to minors? Yeah, right? It's like, look, it's really not difficult. It really isn't. Just don't be a creep. Don't be a creep. That's literally it. But also, what I like, fascism. Oh man, shit. Hey Nate, how have you been? How have you been, my guy? How's the hand? Hopefully well by now. Twitter fascism and actual fascism? That's a decent point. But I imagine if it's kind of gotten around a bit, I'm thinking like actual fascism. Got out of the cast? And excellent! Glad to hear it, my guy. Hopefully you're doing well otherwise. I'm gonna go make my ass a quesadilla. I'm hungry. Alright, Saidu. Enjoy your quesadilla, my guy. Enjoy your food. Yeah. Yeah, like it's I mean that's a good conversation to have. Like, when do you When do you separate art from the artists? And it's like, how much can you support an artist in their art before you're supporting things outside of the art, right? And it's hard. It's really difficult to put the line in the sand because I think a lot of people's lines are different. Yeah. So it's difficult to say. I think it also depends on people's closeness to what happens, right? Because like for some people, like depending on what was done wrong, in the closeness in visceral emotional ties to that topic, plays a role in that decision making, right? Cool drawing, but come out to find they engaged in child talking. I'm not gonna like the art anymore. That's fair. And honestly, I think that is completely fine and fair for you to do. What's happening? Well, we're talking about separating the art from the artist. What happens when there's an art or a game or a movie or a show or a musician that does something that is something that you're against? Do you still follow them? Do you still enjoy the art that they create, even though that they are behaving or doing actions in a way that is what you would deem problematic, at the very least? What are positive characters on a war criminal, so I think? Got you. So there was like a positive outlook towards somebody that you want to be looking negative towards. Got you. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about characters or history or people to be able to throw my hat in here, but it's difficult to say, right? He's a bald old commander guy. Oh, the one who screamed from the top of the wall? Is that what you mean? Got you. Putting it in a positive light. Unpopular opinion, but basing a character on a war criminal is a good way to write a war criminal. Problem is the author is glorifying the criminal character. Well, that's what it sounds like. They were glorifying the criminal character. That's what it's giving off of, at least from Scallion's description. Right? Is that it was based off of a war criminal that was very bad, but in this light, he was considered good, right? Didn't have any like traits. Well, it's hard to say. Well, as long as it's not too bad. We're in some mild drama, I still support them, but if they do some illegal stuff, I'm out. So yeah, well, that's where like, where is your line? And I think everyone's line is a little different. I think a lot of people with CP is pretty like, oh, we don't want to deal with you anymore. Right. So like there's a lot of different kinds of lines for this. Glorifying really bad people, I think that particular aspect, it would have to kind of depend. It would still kind of depend. Because if it was in the sense of showing the strengths of a bad person, that one I don't really see a huge amount of problem with it. But glorifying the bad things that they've done in that way, I think would be problematic. Right? Because everyone's characters and everyone's lives and all the people in the world are more complicated, and they have a lot of positives and negatives that a lot in when we would consider bad people, the negatives far outweigh the positives, right? Because I could never even imagine being based on a war criminal. Well, that's the thing. It's like, at that point, why not just not base it on a war criminal? You know, it's like, why are you putting the name, a horrible name, to this guy that had nothing to do with this guy, right? Blacklist on AO3. I don't want to see it IRL. What is AO3? Remind me. Benefit site. Oh, got you. You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point, Scallion. If it's something that you wouldn't want to be interacted with, then that would include that anything that you wouldn't want to interact with needs to be cut off from. That's a fair line to have. I think that's very smart. That's solid. No, Hitman did a lot of bad things, but thanks to him, we have gene therapy in cars. Yeah. It's like, where do you put the line? Where do you put the benefits of bad situations? Like, where do you put the line there? Hey, Hollow, how you doing? What? Did you get engaged again? Do you have a second ring? Since I haven't seen you all, what do you get for Christmas? I got money. That's all I really wanted. I also got pajamas. I got boring adult stuff. Finally found Firebreaker armor so I could support Death Mountain. Hell yeah, Hollow. Hell yeah. Just boil what Aaron wanted to do with his year-and-year justified question to make sense. Sure. I suppose. Actually, you know what? There might be people who haven't... Is there people who don't want to be spoiled? Bro, I was heal stalling. I had like 2 items left. I was praying. That's funny. That's pretty much what I did. That's pretty much what I did. Back and playing Ace Attorney? Hell yeah. I can't... Are you going to spam the Discord again? Oh, man. But no, yeah, like, it's difficult to say. Just heal my way to Garg Village. Hell yeah. No, we were just talking about when you separate art from the artist, as far as where you put the line in the sand for people, something that you enjoy, but then you find out that the creator did some like things that you disagree with. Like, where do you put the line, or if you put the line, right? And we've had some pretty good like back and forth. Like Scallion said that if that was something you wouldn't want to put on your block list on a fanfic site, then that's a no-go, right? So it's an interesting kind of thing to kind of think about, right? Just to wonder, or just to figure out where your line is and where other people's line is, right? I think a lot of people, unfortunately, just don't want to think about it at all. Where they just like, I'm just going to enjoy what I want to enjoy. And they just don't put any thought in belief in the system. And I think that might be the worst take. Only because you don't challenge yourself. And you don't grow. And learn about your boundaries and your what is and is not acceptable. Alright. Enough of the deep talk. We're gonna go to ad break. See y'all in 3 minutes. I recommend Pokemon. Pokemon's good. I will go ahead and do the crunches and everything though. Be right back. Alright, I am back. Let me check the... How are we on? Are things good? Okay. Oh, let's do the clear. Boop. Easy peasy. Yeah, there's a lot of emulators and stuff that you could do. Community Day on Sunday. This is what our week's looking at. Anime you should watch next. Have you watched Bleach yet? Bleach is really solid. There's some arcs that are better than others, but I recommend Bleach. Bleach is really good. In the last 2 seasons of Bleach have been a real step up. It's so good. If you like horror, Made in Abyss is really good, in my opinion. It's one of my favorites. But it can get pretty intense. Just a heads up. For those that missed it from the ads, I was recommending Nomo Made in Abyss for the next anime to watch because I really love that anime, and it's so good, but it can be intense. It can be intense. Like it's horror. It's such a good show. It's such a good thing. There's even a couple movies. Was it 1 movie or 2? There was at least a movie that was an in-between of 2 seasons that was also really good. So it's a whole thing. It's not as long as like Bleach, but it's still it's very good quality. There are some aspects to it that I'd rather it not be. There's a little bit of like, I think the kids got naked at one point on one of the episodes or something, which was really kind of gross, or kind of just like, why'd you do this? But that's like not a focus of the series at all. It was just kind of like a side thing. So just a heads up that's kind of in there as well. I think it was in like the second episode or something. But then they like go into the pit and then it's just all horror after that. Love to Made in Abyss, but the creator just had to be weird. Are you serious, Scallion? For fuck's sake. What'd he do? What'd he do, Scallion? Well, the creator is weird and puts that into the anime as well. Was it the child stuff? I thought that was weird when he did it. Being weird towards kids, yeah. Yeah, I caught that when it was like, yeah. What I will say is that it wasn't like a main part of it. It was just like a weird extra side thing to it. It's like, you know how you can kind of tell when creators are into feet? Because they put like a weird focus on feet and you're just like, that's kind of weird, but okay, I guess. And then it just moves on. It was kind of like one of those where it's just like, what? This feels kind of, ugh. Yeah. Damn it. Has he done anything? Yeah. I mean, well, that's kind of, we're kind of back to the topic of like, how far can you remove it? Am I in love with a big finger of the AOT? She's so pretty. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they did a good job. Felt that with Glyphnir. The anime is so good, very weird, and too fanservice for my taste, especially since it was the MC's like 16, 17. Yeah. When it's like stuff like that, that's when it's like extra difficult to remove the art of the artist, right? As far as I know, I touched the topic once and ran away. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that now I have to kind of come to terms of like, would I still recommend that anime? Because it's so good, and it's not really a like significant part of the anime, a part of it, but do I still recommend it? Do I still recommend an anime? And well, one, I need to do research on it, right? Let's see here. It's pretty good. It's just used for upskirt shots, a fan service. I'll allow that. I agree. But that shit sells. That shit sells. And listen, I'm growing fonder and fonder of the VTuber community, but that's also a very prominent thing here as well. As far as streaming. As far as like, yeah, that shit gets people's attention. It works for a reason. I'm so weird with it, like, bro, that's your sister. Yeah, I mean, some cultures are more into incestuous relationships than others. You know? This is why I watch Studio Ghibli. No weirdness, just wholesome. I at least hope it stays that way, hi here. Usually, whenever I get to the point where I'm like, oh, these people are untouchable, they're amazing, they're epitome of wholesomeness, and then like 20 years later, it's just like, they were doing these horrible things the whole time, and it's just like, please, no, not Ghibli. Anyone but Ghibli. No. Too calm and boring for me personally. Really? Ghibli? It's whimsical, is the way I would describe it, but maybe it's just not your cup of tea, and that's fine. But I would kind of, Ghibli is very, in my opinion, diverse in its releases. So maybe you just haven't seen the right one. Trust me, watch Dragon Meshi or Dungeon Meshi. You get so much mid-panty shots. Neighbor Totoro is pretty good. I like Walking Castle. I went to an anime club when I was in high school, and we watched Ghibli movies and did like art and stuff like that. Really based art teacher to be like, yeah, no, anime's art. We can do that. Oh, if you want anime movie to watch Metropolis by Osamu Tezuka. I don't know what that is. I'm like nodding. I'm like, yes. What is that? Ponyo? Let's see here. Let me Google Ghibli movies real quick. Ghibli movies. Let's see here. Yep, I think Ponyo is what the one you're talking about. Princess Mononoke was pretty solid. Honestly, I like Spirited Away. I think Spirited Away was my favorite. I think that one resonated with me the most. There was an older one that I watched. Was it Porco Rosso? I think that one I ended up watching, and it was fine. I've also heard Grave of the Fireflies is really good, but I haven't seen it. Delivery Service is pretty decent. Everything else here, I have no idea. I have a question. Pain or no pain? It depends. It depends. It depends what the outcome is. For instance, let's see here. Well, let's do a psychological question for y'all. Let's pretend on exercise for now. Hell yeah. Oh wait, 3.2K. That's a lot. Oh god. I might struggle. Psychological question for y'all. You're in a room. Okay? You're in a room. You have a button. You press the button. You get a little shock, and you get $10. Every time you hit the button, the pain gets increased 10 times. But the money you get is also increases 10 times. How many times do you hit the button? You're pressing that 24/7? Well, you would just probably die. Let's see here. Like, dude, I give a same shit about pay. Well, damn. Alright. Bad asshole, are you? What about the rest of y'all? What do you think? How many times are you hitting that button? 10 times? you're aware of logarithmic exponential scale, right? 10 times, that's a 10 times to the factor of 10. That's a lot. You would probably be dead before 10. This is 10 times. The starting voltage, I don't know voltage off the top of my head. So I said the first one was $10 with a little shock. So it's 10 times the little shock. So the second time you do it, it's a pretty big shock. So for $100, you get like a good jolt. A good jolt. And then the one after that, you would probably get, it would be problematic. Once you get to the $1,000, it's gonna be a problem. What is the lethal voltage? Lethal voltage for humans. Generally accept any voltage above 50 volts is considered potentially dangerous. So, not gonna lie, by that third button, you might die. By the time you get $1,000, you might die. Maybe 10 was too high. A normal person can survive maybe 5 pushes. Well, here's the thing. I looked up. Well, that's the AI overview. Hold on. Let's move on. We're gonna move on from the. Let's see here. Low voltage is typically defined as anything up to 500 volts. High voltage is 500, and extremely high voltage is anything above 220,000. All right. So that may mean. So assuming, let's just say you get shocked with 5 volts in the beginning. 5 volts of electricity. But you are 31 games of blackjack away becoming a billionaire? Yeah, exactly. I have heard about that one too. It's like that makes me numb. I could do it 5 times maybe. That's cheating. You can't do it. You have to feel the pain. I thought the small shock would be like static electricity. No, small shock is like a little like, ooh, just a, ooh. Just that kind of reaction out of you. Just one, ooh. Nothing, no problematic, no health issues. $10 for a little, ooh. Like, static, a little bit more than static is the first shock. So let's say 5 volts, right? Let's see here. 5 volts of electricity feels like electric shock would generally feel 5 volts electricity would generally feel like nothing at all because the voltage is too low to produce a noticeable current in your body. So 5 volts wouldn't work. How about 10 volts? We're trying to find the minimum, right? Very mild tingle, almost like static electricity. Okay, so we'll do 10 volts. We'll do 10 volts. Okay. So the first shock is 10 volts, so static electricity. You always see things that are moving, so your eyes is always moving. Kind of true. Your brain fills in a lot of stuff, including where your nose currently is. If you look down at your nose, your brain actually puts down what the other eye is looking on the other side because it doesn't technically see it. There's also like a blind spot, I believe. It might be your nose. But there is a blind spot in the center of your vision. Oh no, the blind spot is in the center of the where your eyes nerves are in the back of your eye. There's a hole in your vision in the very, very middle because there's no cones or rods to do anything. So your brain fills in the middle of your vision because there's nothing there to detect light. It's true. Yeah, you have to use it. You have to use it enough. So 10 volts for $10. Then you get to 100 volts. A sharp, painful muscle contraction similar to strong sudden twitch if contact is made with wet skin or right conditions. So $100 for that's why I think y'all are underestimating the amount what exponential means. You go from $10 to $100, that's fine. But you go from static electricity to spasm, muscle spasm. All right? What do you mean that's not tenfold? 10 times 10 is 100. Am I dumb? Is 10 times 10 not 100? Should I be kicked out of the scientific community? And then 10 times 100. So then you try to go to 1,000, right? Then you take 1,000 volts of electricity. A very severe, painful muscle contraction, potentially accompanied by burning sensations. So now you're doing a lot of damage to your body for $1,000, right? So then you got $1,110, and you have like a burning sensation and strong muscle contractions in your arm, right? And then do you hit it again? Do you go try to get the 10,000 mark by taking 10,000 volts of electricity? And then if you do get the $10,000 and the 10, etc., a very intense, painful muscle contraction, potentially causing severe burns and immediate involuntary muscle spasms. You'd press it twice and quit. I would probably also only press it twice and quit. $1,000, at a certain point, the damage done to you will just kill you, right? Like cramps or contractions. Like, what do you rank that? Cramps and contractions would be on the scale of probably like 50 volts, I think. If 10 is static and 100 is a spasm, a painful spasm. So maybe 50 to 100 would be what we're talking here. Would be what would be a muscle spasm in the stomach or abdominal area. So 100. So if you went up to muscle spasm area, you would get about $110 or so. But then if you went to 1,000, you would get potential like pain and damage to the muscle. I'm well aware. I am guessing from the description of the voltage of what it would be equivalent to, right? Because it's definitely not 1,000. 1,000 is like you've now damaged your nerves in your muscles, and you have a burning sensation now where you touched it, right? I'm well aware. That it has been greatly described to me all my life, because I surround myself with women with no filter. I was definitely made keenly aware. I swear to God, I think she punched me in the stomach one time, being like, "Oh, you want to see how it feels like?" And then just straight up did it. Kind of based of her, not gonna lie. Become a set for generations. No, Mo. I think after the 10,000, you would. If you pushed it after the 10,000 volt to 100,000, I think you would die. Yeah, exactly. My cramps onto you to get rid of dysphoria. All right. So then, if after the 10,000, which gives potentially causing severe burns and immediate involuntary spasms, you decide to hit it again for 100,000 volts, AI couldn't even give us an answer. AI was just like, we're not touching that. So I think it's lethal. If AI doesn't tell us, if AI does not tell us, I'm pretty sure it's lethal. I think AI is just like, I'm not touching this. We're not. You're now dead. We're not gonna put this here. Now I'm doubling and giving it to the next person. Oh my gosh. Anything over 30 volts is considered potentially harmful. So that's also something that I read. It's like over 50 volts is considered potentially harmful. But I think they're also including voltage messing with the heart and causing arrhythmia, I believe. So even going to 110 could kill you. But then 1,110 would really hurt. 10,000, 1,110 would cause long-term damage, and then 100,000 would just kill you. Get through games. So as far as the button mashing goes, I think I would probably I don't even know if I would push it. To me, I don't think it would be worth it. If it was like at a different ratio, I would consider it. But if it was essentially the amount of money that you get is the amount of voltage that you take, which is essentially what this is, I don't think it's worth it. I think the damage would always outweigh the benefits of the money. Like, how much is that hospital bill gonna be? Is this get taxed? Like, am I going through this and then, you know, the government's just like, hey, we get a piece of that. If ever that you get shocked by the right time, then yeah, you can end up with the heart palpitations and straight up have a heart attack. Yeah. Yeah. It do be like that. All right. So, just as a reminder, next week, stream schedule is different. That's pretty much next week's plan. And I'm going to continue working on projects and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. In America, you need to press that button 4 times before the side effects of the 3rd shot. Pretty much. In America, it's not going to be worth it. It won't be worth it. Even actually, you know what? I'll take it back. The only one that'll be worth it is the first time. $10 for a static shock is the only thing. You wouldn't even be able to buy anything. Like maybe a candy bar or something. I think I would hit it once. I think I would just hit it once, because anything after that, the damage will always outweigh by a significant margin for damage in your body. Around 7 volts for a pregnancy contraction? Interesting. So off the rip, AI lied to me. AI said it was like a static shock for 10. Oh, 75 volts. Oh God, 75? That means 110 and you feel pregnancy contractions? Jesus. Yeah, I don't think 100. You could give me $100 to feel pregnancy contractions. I don't think that's worth. I'm good. I'm good with $10. I don't need that in my life. If I'm not at least gonna give birth to a child, I'm not gonna do it. 30 to 50. Okay, so I was in the right ballpark for 50 for cramps. That makes sense. Okay. Damn. Yeah. No. That sucks. Which is why it was what was that? It was like the cramp simulator thing that guys can put on their abdomens, and it will like put a electric pulse to cause convulsions in a similar manner, I believe. Or it can be higher. Yeah, I bet. I am certainly not going to sit here and tell people like, oh, all contractions are the same. No. Everyone feels pain differently. 2, not everyone's giving birth the same way. The body be different. I mean, everyone has periods different ways too. Like some people have a much harsher time, while others just like don't barely feel any. It was wild learning about that in high school, being like, I like knowing people on both sides of that spectrum of like they're dying. They're practically dying in class. And then other people are just like, yeah, no, I'm feeling a little off today, but it's good. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the dichotomy of woman. Yeah, whenever it starts bleeding and you have to cut it off, or wait, what? You don't know what that is. Floofy, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I got the middle of the range section where it's like, Gotcha. Well, I mean, I feel like most people would be in the middle, right? But it sucks for y'all. Only thing I could do is do what I can to support and be there. That's about it. Okay, fine. It's more like better. Happy Scallion? You're telling me other men don't have their things fall off every month? I rank middle, sometimes higher, but better since I got an IUD. Got you. Well, I know a lot of women, they do get birth control to also control their periods better, or to reduce the intensity of it. Which is good. But I also think that as a advanced society, we probably could have done a lot more by this point if it was made a priority. But, you know, I guess that's not here nor there. The fact that this is still very much a problem still feels weird to me. Was I had they do it for acne control? Yes. It's hormonal control, right? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the side effects are crazy. Some of the side effects are insane. It's like, your periods will be like 10% better, but you want to punch people in the face, and that's probably on the lighter end of the side effects. It's like, we'll reduce your cramps by 15%, but then the side effect is that your cramps will increase by 30%. Steal about a mediocre area through your account and questionably drawn content. Y'all, should I make some strawberry flavored ice? Go for it. Go for a high here. That sounds delicious. The likelihood of having a blood clot and dying is up to 50 to 75% in some cases. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. That absolutely sucks. I mean, flavored ice and snow cone can be different things. I think snow cones are flavored ice, but not all flavored ice are snow cones. You know what I mean? Categorically speaking. Snow cones are delicious, though. Like, both are good. Both are good. I say yes. My favorite icy place that I used to go to in high school, it was like this huge cup for like $3.50, and I would put like you could have up to like a combination of 3 flavors, and I always loved, I think it was sour green apple, lemon, and pink lemonade, I think is what it was. So good. So good. Did some ice cubes and strawberry syrup and eat. I've been back for a while. How did we go from human anatomy to flavored ice? That's just how it be. It's Sunday chill day, baby. Like, we be searching, we be talking. I can't even describe the road that we've gotten to get to this point. Like, not even a little bit. You missed the conversation about electric shocks and money and cramping and periods, and yeah, it's a whole thing. Honestly, not even the hardest. Exactly. Meebo gets it. No, you heard that. Oh, gotcha. Oh, how's your quesadilla? Is it good? What'd you put on it? Gotcha. See, unfortunately, I have the soap gene, if y'all know what I'm talking about. So cilantro tastes like soap to me. So when it comes to I thought I hated Mexican food for a long time, and it wasn't until, like, no joke, like 5 years ago, when a friend of mine also had the soap gene, was just like, yeah, I can't have cilantro, and I'm like, oh, let me see if I have it, and I had it really, really bad. So I've been taking cilantro off the Mexican food, and now I love Mexican food. Go for it, high here. Add some chocolate chips. Chocolate with strawberries are very, very delicious. Wait for once and also have ADHD. You put bacon bits and steak on it? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's delicious and you are broken. I mean, I do hate my genes a bit. I am simultaneously have the soap gene, and I taste bitter really hard, like a lot. I took the bitter paper test in college, so I am a super taster, aka I taste really strongly, which is why I don't tend to like really strong seasonings like cinnamon and mint, because it's very, very, very overwhelming. And then bitter is like crazy. crazy strong. So it's not fun, but what I will say about this. No, I also love candy corn floofy. I smell it tastes strongly too. I just love mint and cinnamon. I mean, they're good flavors, but man, it's like you need like a sprinkle for it to just be just enough for me. Like anything more than that is just like cool. My mouth and everything around me is just this for the next like 3 hours. What was I gonna say? Super taster, bitter. Oh, what I was gonna say, for self-proclaimed super tasters and picky eaters, that is not an excuse not to learn how to cook. I'm saying that right now as I want to walk you through my journey. I want to walk you through my journey. From when I started working, what I brought to work to eat for lunch was microwaved chicken tenders, frozen chicken tenders, and fish sticks. For work at lunch. That's my starting point. Okay? This is me in my like 20s. Then I bought... It's tasty. It's good, but it's not good for you. Maple syrup? Ooh, that's good. Then I wanted to started eating better. Yeah, cleaning up is the hard part. I am in agreement with this. Then I added instant mashed potatoes and canned green beans. So now I was eating frozen chicken, instant mashed potatoes, and canned green beans to eat a little healthier. Then I started cooking my own mashed potatoes. And then I learned how to saute my green beans. And then I went from frozen chicken to baked chicken. And then I learned how to season my chicken properly. And then I started doing different kind of potatoes. It wasn't just mashed anymore. It was sliced. It was diced. It was wedged. It was fries. It was like I started like, by the way, sliced, very good. And then like, yes, smashed potatoes are good, but they're not good for you to have all the damn time. So when I tell you that you can do it, you can fix your eating habits by like doing it. This is a span of like years, by the way, like 3 years, like 3-4 years of me slowly moving. Well, that's why I like do lumpy mashed potatoes, Floofy. Don't do smooth. Don't go smooth mashed potatoes. Go lumpy mashed potatoes. It's so much better, and it's also less problematic to make. Like it's not arduous. It's literally you just mash it with a hand masher and you're good to go. I might get mashed potato. I've tried. Don't like those. No. Why did Twitch censor your chicken? Yeah, I'm fine with fries, so that confuses me. Well, fries have a different texture, right? Fries have a different texture than mashed potatoes does. What about baked potatoes? Do you like baked potatoes, Floofy? Because that's very similar in texture. Olive oil, salt and pepper, bake, take out, smash the bottom of the glass, put back in, get crispy, seasoning, salt, parm. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. You get it. Like, I tried to make hash browns one time. It was such a pain in the ass. Don't recommend it. Just get frozen. Now when I have potatoes, it's usually mashed. But now I add eggs to my mashed potatoes. Oh, eggs on mashed potatoes is so good. So good. Close my eyes and then pray it goes down easy. I think you just have texture issues, my guy. You have a potato curse as I have a rice curse. Hell yeah, hi here. Buy a block of Parmesan rind. Go for it. I'm not much of a cheese guy. Cheese is fine. Cheese is okay. But I'm not crazy for cheese. Like, I like cheese on my burgers. I like a good mac and cheese every once in a while. But I'm not like, people who like cheese really like cheese. Like, it's not a little bit. I'm in the little bit category where it's fine. And then we all know about my pizza problem with pizza cheese, where it's like a mental thing. But I'm lactose intolerant. Also, that's also a thing. Like, I know y'all fucking love cheese so much because you're willing to go through intestinal distress for the rest of the day solely because cheese is so delicious for you. Probably just because it's nice and nutty and not overly creamy. Parm. Yeah, Parm is good. Parm is solid. But, like, see, for me, that's what I mean is I still have that leftover 5-year-old kid taste bud syndrome where it's like, I will take, like, my favorite cheese is American cheese, and that's not even a real cheese. That's fake cheese. That's barely any cheese. Like, Easy Mac, I fuck with me some Easy Mac. But if you tell me that, like, oh, we have this 6 cheese mac and cheese with, like, brown, that's, like, brown and crispy on top, and it has, like, 7 layers and all that other kind of shit, I'm like, nah, I'll just take some Easy Mac. Because I'm a fool and a charlatan. But also, you should be thanking me. Because that means there's more of that for you. And I take the garbage stuff. I like the fake cheese more than I like the real cheese. It's unfortunate. But hey, that's more for you. So, there you go. Everyone solves their own. Yeah, we're talking about cheese holobites. And now I'm committing food crimes. But what else is new? I put ketchup on my mashed potatoes, so like I'm a walking food crime. So I don't want to hear about it. I don't care real or fake. You just call it cheese. I'm taking a bite. Well, that's the thing. It's like I'm not huge into the cheese. Fake cheese, tend to be a lot more into, but real cheese is just kind of it's fine. It's all right. I want it with other things, but I'm not gonna sit here. Actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I will take that back. I do love saying we're out of milk and then drive to Costco. Based dad. What I will say is that sliced American cheese and then drinking orange juice is really good. It's very similar to like how bacon with orange juice tastes really, really good. There's something about the citrus and the dairy that just mix really, really well in the stomach. Listen, there are just certain foods. There are just certain foods and drinks that's too hot of a take. What? Eating American cheese and then drinking orange juice? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with drinking orange juice while eating cheese. Is that bad? I'm not brushing my teeth, you know? I'm not hearing that. All right. But no, there are certain combinations of foods that just either has like a unique kind of interaction in the mouth that's hard to describe, or they have a certain interaction in the stomach that's hard to describe. It's just citrus and fat idealist. Exactly. It's delicious. It's good. It's very good. But no, it is, for whatever reason, the combination of a glass of milk. I'm a milk drinker, by the way. I don't know if that ruins everybody's idea of me, but I am a milk drinker. A glass of milk, 3 cheese tortellini with marinara sauce, and then General Tso chicken on the side. Mixes in a weird particular chemical reaction in the stomach that is just bliss. It's so good. It's so good. It's hard to describe. I don't know what word to describe it. It's crazy. Try it. Try it once and then see if I'm lying. It like mixes like the cheese and the chicken and then the sauce of the General Tso mixes with like all the other stuff and milk and all that other kind of thing. It's just so good. Well, Floopy, just take some of the damn lactase pills or whatever it is. Ranch? No, I'm not. I don't like ranch. I don't like ranch. I'm not a fan. I like ranch like chips, but I don't like ranch. It ain't Kool-Aid Ranch, tell you that much, Hollow. I mean, inside, dude. It ain't Kool-Aid. Yeah, no. It's if I liked ranch, I would do it. But I don't like ranch. I'd catch. Oh man. I never fucked with do y'all know about the ketchup that were different colors? It was an early 90s thing. It was like, well, more like mid 90s. If I remember it, it's definitely mid 90s. There was a period of time where they released ketchup in different colors. And I was disgusted. Was it early aughts? Yeah, I guess it was early aughts. It was when I lived in Florida. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, no, they had a lot of like different colors. I couldn't get over the color. It ruined the experience for me. My parents were just like, we're gonna give this really crazy food coloring. Idealist loves ketchup. He won't stop eating it. So let's really mix it up. And hey, Luca, how you doing? And it was atrocious because all I could think about from the green ketchup was baby poop. That's all I could think about when I was eating it. I hated it. It was a bad time. It was not a good time. Welcome to the conversation. By the way, we're talking about food crimes and how I commit them often. It wasn't the bad rap of product. Absolutely try pink sauce. I think if they really played with it instead of something so extreme or adjacent to, awful things like green, then I think it would have stuck more. I think it would have stuck more. I think I would have messed with like black and white ketchup. It would be pretty kind of cool. We'll eat by ketchup in the middle of a meal. I have, and I've done it. I have done that before. I have gone to the grocery store just to get ketchup. When I go to people's houses, when I go visit my mother, or I visit family friends, I ask them if they have ketchup. And they know that they better have ketchup, because if they don't got ketchup, I'm getting ketchup. I'm bringing my I have an emergency ketchup supply in my backpack at all times. I have a full refrigerator sized ketchup in my backpack at all times. And it has saved me often. As far as I will just I don't know, be driving and then I'll go to the to-go menu or like to-go whatever, and I get my bag and I ask for ketchup and they give me like 3 packets or some fucking nonsense. Some nonsense. They're just like, hey, it's like, oh, you want some ketchup? Here's 3 packets of ketchup for your burger and fries. And I'm like, no. Bro, no. So I take out my emergency ketchup and I use that, and I have the perfect amount of ketchup for me. Just know that if you have an emergency ketchup, it's not good forever. You have to keep an eye on it. It's good for like 6 months-ish, maybe more, depending. But you'll know when it's bad. Because, in case y'all don't know, ketchup changes color eventually. When it changes color, it's bad. Don't touch it. It becomes more barbecue sauce looking. It becomes more brown when it goes bad. But I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. So, that's a good question. Why does chat keep telling me to messages do not send because I was typing too quickly? I have no idea. I honestly don't know. It's weird. I hope it goes away. Barbecue sauce with my Kool-Aid, gross. But yeah, no. I was taking expired ketchup for barbecue sauce. No way! Okay, I gotta know. I haven't been brave enough. What it tastes like. Hollow. Did it taste like ketchup? It tasted like shit? Okay. So it didn't taste like either. It just tasted like expired ketchup. Yeah. Also, what I will say, I mean, I don't think you have to taste it to know what it would taste like. You know, you smell it. You know what it smells like. Do the math. 9 plus 10 is 21. You know what I mean? Oh no, Scallion. Joke's on you. I cleared him out recently. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's see. Do I have any problematic ones up? No, not really. Okay, so I have. All right, so 1, 2. I'm just gonna count how many of that I close. 3, 4, 5. All this. 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. That stays up. 12. No, we're keeping that one up. We're also keeping that one up. Keeping that one up. Black magic form. What the fuck is this? What is this? 13. 13. I closed 13 tabs. There you go, Scallion. Yeah, right. I closed this tab. I close OBS. I will go ahead and also, you know what? I'll also give you a freebie. I'll also close another Excel sheet that I had up that I didn't need to have up, just for you. Is it good? I'm glad. That's awesome. I mean, it had more of a rotten food taste or dirt. Gotcha, Hollow. Okay, well, good to know. Thank you for the science of all of us. You're just like that person who wrote down what arsenic tasted like before they died. I appreciate your sacrifice. Is to close only Dodo's goon tabs. Smell and taste are linked. If you lose one, a lot of the other. Well, specifically smell. Smell is really the big one. You could lose taste and still be able to taste a lot. If you lose smell, you lose a lot of taste. So a lot of taste is smell. Size is good. Good. Have you watched Inanimate Anatomy yet? I'm asking you this every stream. No, I have not. I closed that tab. You have less tabs than me. That's why I have only extinction. Well, I was gonna say I went through a culling not too long ago, which is why I'm surprised I even still had 13 to close. I was having lag issues a while back, like a few days ago, like maybe last week, something like that, and I closed down a lot. I watched a little bit of it. Look, I'm a busy man. I'm sorry. What does arsenic taste like? It tastes like almonds. It tastes like almonds. Also, almonds does have a little bit. Is it almonds or is it a different nut? I'm pretty sure it's almonds. Almonds have a little bit of arsen in it. Yep. Very true, Meepo. I'm gonna try to watch Inanimate Insanity. Go for it. Okay, cool. I'm glad it's. I'm not saying I'm glad it's almonds. Stone fruit. Isn't the pit of a peach also counts towards that? Am I wrong on that, or is it a different? Maybe it's not arsenic. Maybe it's something else. Oh, that's a stone fruit. Oh, really? Oh, I've never heard it referred to as a stone fruit. That's the first time I've heard of it. All pit fruits are stone fruits? Oh. The more you know. Do it. It's an amazing show. The season 1 has bad animation, but it's still good past that. Luca here advocating with all their soul. To be fair, that makes sense. That makes sense, Meepo. It does. For whatever reason, I thought stone fruit was, what do they call it? A rock melon? Or a cantaloupe? because all I could think of was like the was that, and I was just like, oh, okay. Isn't the show with a chord you wanted to smash? Earth melon, fire melon, water melon. With the powers combined, we're gonna get sent to the pit again. Don't you mean stone fruit? The Ella melon. Honestly, that would be really funny for Melon to like have watermelon and then also have the other elemental melons. Or even have like a watermelon that is a water theme would also go pretty hard. That's not bad. That's pretty fun. Are these melons combined? The melon shell right? Oh man. With these powers combined, everything was great until the fire melons attacked. What would a fire melon taste like? I'm thinking like a fireball. I'm thinking like fireball, like those fireball candies. Like sweet, but very spicy. I think that would hit. Not gonna lie, that would hit. Tajin watermelon. Let's see. What about Earth melon? Earth melon. What would that taste like? Coconut? I'm trying to think what it would be. Like ginger? Grass? What's that? Dirt? Bruh. Carrots don't taste like dirt. Ginger's a good one. Potatoes. No, this isn't any deal. Oh, tahine. Oh. Tahine watermelon. Yeah, I could see it. Actually, would tahine taste... I think that would taste really good with just normal watermelon, actually. The way I said it, I thought it was like a djinn. Like a spirit. Or a genie. That's what I was thinking that you were going for. My bad. Hey, watermelon sucks. Bad texture, mild taste. Really? What, are you eating the shell? What's wrong with watermelon? Watermelon's good. Granted, you know, each their own. I'm not gonna hate on you for not liking it. Spitting out the seeds can be meh. But I watermelon with like a little bit of salt is so good. Like don't hate on that. Like watermelon with a little bit of salt tastes amazing. It's so good. Minty taste because it's mint cold ice water. Okay. Oh, so we're playing watermelon. I assumed watermelon was going to remain the same. I thought watermelon was just going to be a watermelon. But okay, to be fair, you're right. Like a minty melon. I wonder if you could influence the growth of watermelon tastes by is it splicing? Is that the word I'm looking for? There's a particular term where you shave off the stem of a fruiting body and put a different fruit on it, and it will mix the two fruits. Which is honestly one of my favorite, like, well, that's a, yeah, splicing plants together. And there was a tree. I wonder if it's still up. Let's see. There was a tree where it was like tree with 1,000 different fruits or something on it. It was it looks like it was 40, where they spliced it again and again and again and again and again and again and again, right? But it's like there's just one fruit, and then they just kept splicing different kinds of fruit to it, and it was so cool. I thought it was so neat. Yeah, but mint and melon together, right. So like then you would have like maybe, I don't know which way you would go about it. Yeah, we Frankenstein a tree. Yeah, but that's cool as shit. So I made a dragon fruit plant that has 8 different fruits. The one I'm looking at now, 2015, there is a hybridized tree that can grow more than 40 different types of fruit. So cool. I mean a hydro fruit? Isn't a hydro fruit just a banana? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. All the bananas are genetically identical. That we eat, at least. Hydra. Anyway, so watermelon makes sense. Fireball, firemelon makes sense. Earth, I like ginger idea. I feel like we can go further with it. And then what would air be? What would be an air melon be? When I think of like an air sweet thing, I think of like candy, cotton candy. Isn't that why banana candy tastes so different from real bananas? The reason is because the flavoring in candy of bananas are actually montane. Is it montanes? Hold up, that's not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? Old bananas. Hold on. Name of old bananas. Plantains? What was it? Damn it. Is it plantains? Fuck. It might be plantains. My brain has replaced the word, so I can't think of it. But the bananas that we eat now is not the same bananas that we used to eat. So originally, they were these plantains, insert other word here if otherwise correct. And then we made candy off of that. Then we moved to the new bananas that taste different and were probably cheaper to produce, etc. Sure, it isn't plantains. It's something. It's. My brain is dumb. And then we kept the old candy flavor, but the bananas right now are different from before. That's why it's different, because it's technically a completely different fruit. Air would be freeze dried. Okay. So it's like a dry fruit. Interesting. That would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? It would be almost like crunchy. Is it the big bite fried banana? Maybe. Okay, just making sure. Bro, I have a freeze dryer and mostly just stick random candy in it. Why? Does it taste good when it's drier? I mean, oh, actually, you know what? I take it back. The lack of water would concentrate the flavor. It would make it taste better. But you can pretty much say the same thing about anything that you freeze dry. By removing water and concentrating the flavor, it's also one of the reasons why you freeze. If you are a little. Yeah, the original bananas were wiped out by a plague, and we brought bananas back, and if we have another disease, we could technically lose all of them, thanks to the lack of genetic diversity. Very true. Think fire, tahine, and earth beets. So you're thinking more of a beet. Okay. Okay. Almost beet-like. I can see it. What I will say is when you are baking, a little baking tip from I feel like it's a little much saying I'm a baking expert, but I'm a really good baker. What you do is that you prep the dough and prep everything that you need to do, put a little bit of salt on it, and then you throw it in the freezer overnight, and then you do the next day you pull it out and just cook it from that. Maybe like have it thaw just like a little bit, maybe. It tastes 100 times better. And that's because the cold condenses the flavor. Very similar as far as like freeze dry, where it's like you by taking out the water, you concentrate the flavor. It's very good. I think air should be mint because air is chilly and crisp like mint. Okay. I like it. Hell yeah. Y'all make me want to get a freeze dryer. All right. Y'all can keep talking while we move to get some ads. See y'all in 3 minutes. I'm gonna also run to the restroom. Ooh. Alright, I'm back. What did the holo say? Oh, gotcha. Embrace the cringe. Alright. So what kind of laid-back game do we want to play? I'm happy to keep yapping with y'all, but we should probably have something else happening besides just an Excel sheet, yeah? I just kind of want a chill, relaxing kind of game that I'm not paying much attention to. One shot. Yeah, but you want me to pay attention to one shot, yeah? I'm thinking like maybe like a cleaning game of some sort. You know what I mean? Maybe like Power Wash Simulator. We could do Satisfactory. Satisfactory would be pretty good because we can just mindlessly do stuff. Power Washing Simulator. How much is Power Washing Simulator right now? I literally just bought a game yesterday and I should not be spending money. Let's see here. It's 25. It's not bad. Especially if we make it like a consistent thing every Sunday. Where we just have like we just vibe and just do cleaning or something. We could download the demo today. Oh, welcome back. Let's see here. I'm torn between Satisfactory and we could just get like the demo for Power Washing. So let me put up a poll for y'all. All right, new poll. What should we play while we yap? And it's Power Washing Sim or Satisfactory. All right. You really don't want to go to school tomorrow? Yeah, neither do I, which is why I don't go to school. Hey, don't try to influence other people's decisions. Let other people vote what they want to see. Satisfactory or Power Washing. And then we'll probably just do the demo or something today. Literally just bought a game yesterday. 25 isn't a lot, but especially if we get a lot out of it. No, what's the game theory about it? Hold up. I love game theory. What do they theorize about the game? What did they do? Oh, there was more? No. All right. What will it be? Okay. All right. Power Washing Sim it is. All right. So let us do. What does anyone know what the demo? Let's see here. What does the demo have? Dive into the grime. It just okay, cool. It just shows us everything. Let's just do that. Okay. Power Washing Simulator. I'm downloading the demo now. And then we can do like Power Washing Sim Sundays where we just vibe. We could also do Potion Craft, but I get into it. It is very vibey, but at the same time I'm like, I'm gonna be talking about potions instead of us talking about stuff. Reaction content 2025. The overwatching theory is funny, but it gets real deep. Okay. Well, usually that's how they go. They make it very entertaining. I'm a big fan of them. Especially their Poppy. Their Poppy videos are really, really good for Poppy playtime. Which is something that once the new Poppy chapter has been teased out, we're going to be playing through that. We're going to be going through it. Hell yeah, Sai, dude. Wait, what's happening next week? What's happening next week? Is there a holiday? Not that it matters for me. What holiday is next week? Matthew Pat. Oh yeah, Matt Pat. Yeah. He deserves it, dude. He's been working his ass off for so long. All right. We'll also need to make a. Well, we can make duck Mama Dodo, power washing Mama Dodo. So I guess it doesn't need to be that. All right, let's see here. Switching over. Studio mode, and we go to gameplay.